Hi, y'all. It's Nigga Monday. Welcome back to the podcast, the Sweet Escape Podcast.
I figure it's Friday, Sugar. You need to get out of here with all that.
Oh, my God.
Jennifer Coolidge.
Oh, my
is with
God.
us today.
It smells like the 4th of July. Makes me want
It
a hot
smells
dog.
like the 4th of July.
Fuck, wait. That's literally what she says.
Is it?
Yeah, it smells like the 4th of July.
Well, she's kind of dumb for saying that. No, they actually.
Yeah. After putting more thought into that, that's really stupid.
Yeah.
This gum is sticking to my teeth so bad. Hey,
Well,
shut up.
Hey, welcome, everybody. Welcome back to the Sweet Escape Podcast.
Let's talk about how we did not record an episode last week. So, in regard to that,
yeah, go
my
ahead.
fuck was this EP.
Yeah.
And realistically, I had no good ideas. And I wasn't really feeling it. I was burnt out. College is hard. Engineering is hard. I don't want to do it anymore. I can't fucking take it anymore. I can't do it anymore. That's not true. It's very manageable. I just, don't feel like doing it, really. I'm waiting for you to say something fucking majestic that'll, change my life.
I wasn't going to say anything majestic. I was just going to say I figured out what his major is. Since you were just talking about yours. It's international relations.
Hey, I took a class in that.
And I think the other one is political science, I believe.
W.
The minor. But yeah.
What a W. Okay, well. Hey, let's get on that topic. So, let's revert right back to episode 2. If anyone remembers, Devon came on here all fucking in his feelings,
I'm unemotional.
like Bart Simpson edit as in my room. About to kick this motherfucker out to keep my vibe steady.
If you guys have never seen a Bart Simpson edit, please look it up. And if you're
Bro, I cannot name
Grandma,
one person who
if you're watching this, please don't look up a Bart Simpson.
Grandma,
It's something-
if you're watching.
If it's something just silly and stupid for the generation, it's from The Simpsons, but don't worry about it.
I know you so
It's just a culturally funny thing we know. Already gonna give us the cover.
I'm eating Double Bubble. What the fuck is it called?
Hubba Bubba.
That's not Hubba Bubba.
Is it not? What is it?
It's a pink gum.
Look at the wrapper.
Is that Bubble Double? Hold on, everyone.
Double bubble.
It's Hubba Bubble. Double Bubble.
So I was right. Oh.
No, it's Double Bubble.
Okay. I was gonna say.
Don't fuck with me, it's Double Bubble.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm eating Double Bubble gum. Yo, try to say that.
What is it?
Double Bubble gum.
Double bubble gum.
Double Bubble gum. I'm eating Double Bubble branded bubble gum.
What a chaotic start to the episode.
Well, I'm you didn't let me finish. I'm eating Double Bubble branded bubble gum and drinking a peach 5 Celsius. I'm getting a weed taste in my mouth. I'm getting
because of the
Kush.
Celsius.
Yeah, I'm getting Kush.
Oh, okay.
I'm getting bud. I'm getting tree. I'm getting
Right.
Eddyville. Eddie Bull.
Right, that's funny.
Eddie Bull.
Because you don't be doing that.
You know what? I
youngin'.
would try edible. Hey, Grandma, you gotta click off. You gotta click off, babe. You gotta click off.
I was gonna say you're an adult, but you're freshly an adult.
Yeah. My grandma, she'd whoop my ass probably if she knew I said I'd take an edible. I really would, though. I just feel like I'd trip the fuck out. Or maybe I'd be honestly the calmest, most coolest version of myself.
It kind of just depends on who you are as a person, you know?
Yeah, but I'm a tweaker off weed, though. I've never done that recreationally, actually. My bad.
You're funny.
Anyway.
Stop that!
Stop what?
Do I need to... That was a red choice. Okay.
A red choice?
Yes.
What the hell is a red choice?
A little daycare lingo for you. Red choice.
What the fuck does that mean?
Bad choice. Green choices and red choices. What do you think that means?
Yeah. I get that, but why? Like, why can't they just call it bad choice?
Because it makes them understand more. Because a lot of...
This is why I could never work in the kid field, because, like, why don't you just understand that?
Because some age ranges and, like, demographics aren't on the level yet. They don't understand, they can't comprehend it as fast or as well as, like, say,
They're
I don't know,
alpha.
an older preschooler or a pre-K kid, you know.
How old are the kids that in your work?
Wow.
Sorry, it's my Celsius there.
Depends on which... which age you're working with. I work from kids from, like, 4 and 5 to, like, 12.
12?
Yeah. Sometimes I'm with school age.
School?
Like school-age children. Like, after school, like, they'll...
Oh. 12?
Yeah.
Was I still going to daycare when I was 12?
I don't know. It was more... That's more, like, for, like, the after-school kids. Like, it's
Well, yeah,
not
like, I went to the Boys and
necessarily-
Girls Club when I was, like, probably, like,
Some people
10
do that.
or 11.
That's usually the age that you, like, go over there is 12. Because, like, 12's our max. And after that, like, you're done.
I was gonna say, because then you can just fucking stay home.
Yeah.
Like, dude, honestly, 12 is the age... 11 and 12, like... At that age, I feel like it's fine to keep your kid, like with a key. Just tell them to fucking come in the house.
It depends
like,
on the kid. I have met some children that don't ever deserve to stay home alone, even if you're there 50 years old.
I don't know why that reminded me of this, but can I tell you the one time I was home alone, and I really fucking wanted ramen. And I remember we had this... You actually probably know about this cup, but we had this cup. It was the Mickey Mouse cup.
Yep.
It was a plastic Mickey Mouse with... Okay, and it was the black one with the white rim. And it was plastic, and it was, like, my favorite fucking cup. I don't understand why, but I was trying to make ramen in it the one time. My bitch ass forgot the water, so I put it in the microwave, and I took it out, and this fucking, like, black Mickey Mouse sludge is, like, coming from the bottom, because it fucking melted in the microwave. Like, who's letting my ass stay alone and make that? Like, that I'm the kid that doesn't deserve to be alone. Home. Alone. What?
That's crazy. I don't think I've ever... No. When I was, like, probably 6 or 7, I lived in an apartment with my mom. And I remember putting Chinese in the,
oh my god, Chinese
in the microwave.
So good.
But this is when they still had, like, the metal, like, things. Like, the metal handles.
Stop the rice things with the metal handles.
And I put it in there.
No, you fucking...
And I didn't know. I was, like, 6, okay?
Did it make, like, plasma in the fucking...
Well, it started to spark, and I started crying. I was like, take it out. I was like, you want me to touch it? Like, I started crying. I was like, you want me to grab it? She's like, it might catch on fire. I was like, you want me to catch it? Like, I can't.
You want me to really take it?
I was so stressed out in that moment. I just remember it was so stressful, and I was like, I will never do that again.
Low key, like, I feel like that's like a rite of passage moment when you put metal in the microwave for the first time accidentally. It's like traumatizing.
I feel like that's understandable too. Like, I was 6. Like, that's a very small piece. Like, it's something
my bitch
that
ass was
easily
12
overlook.
when this ramen story happened. Like,
Yeah, I was half your age.
I had my period by then. Like, I was ready, dude. Like, I was growing tits. Like, I was damn well smart. And, like, my bitch ass was in, like, advanced math and advanced ELA, and I couldn't make ramen.
Listen, it just shows we're all human, and we all have
No, it just shows I'm stupid when it comes to, like, everything else but school.
Well, that's interesting, actually. A lot of people debate that topic, and I would say I'm absolutely not, like, I'm not I'm not school smart, like, in the slightest. I'm very bad at tests. I'm very bad with, like, the whole format
Why
of
are you
school.
bad at tests, though? Like, what is the...
Because it just inflicts anxiety upon me, and it makes me overthink more. And it's a really terrible cycle, because I understand that, but it stresses me out, especially when it's, like, math. With, like, English and stuff,
Do you just not
like,
understand math? Like, does it just
it does not click for me. Like,
I wonder if more people if having a math brain is a thing.
I feel like it is, because I feel like a lot of people that aren't into math are super intellectual, or at least understanding of, like, emotions, or, like, English or poetry, like, stuff like that. Things in that realm of, like, I don't know. I guess you could say, like, scholastics. If that's
Scholastics?
That's how
crazy.
you want to, like, count it.
Do you remember the Scholastic Book Fair?
Unfortunately.
Oh my... Unfortunately.
Well, no, that was
Are you fucking kidding me?
Well, what I had to do to get there was annoying as hell.
What do you mean? Oh, the fucking, like, million-word reader thing.
Like,
I'm talking about...
You're talking about Titan Trail, right?
No.
I know what you're talking about, the book fairs.
Yeah, where they had them, like, fun, like, poop erasers and shit. Like...
One thing about me is I was always getting an animal book.
One thing about me is I was always getting one of them, chocolate phones.
I didn't ever see that, actually.
Actually, no, I'm sorry.
I used to get them smelling pencils.
Ooh,
They were
bitch.
so good.
And I used to get the plastic phone where you could hide your shit in it. That would be fire for, like, weed.
You've got a topic, I think, on your mind, goddammit.
like, imagine hiding your weed.
funny.
Hiding your weed in a Scholastic plastic phone from the book fair.
I have like these little, like, you know those little sacks I have for like my crystals and stuff?
Yeah, like the felt bag.
Yeah, I have like some for like my microphone and everything, and I had this one just sitting on my couch the one day, and my aunt was in there with my cousin, and she was like, "What's this?" And I was like, "Oh, that's my crystals." And she was like, "Oh." And I was like, "What did you think it was?"
Yeah.
And she was like, "Nothing." And then my cousin was like, "Did you think it was weed?" And she was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Ah, you're funny." I was like, I would never leave it out in the open like that. That's crazy. It's more concealed than that. I was like,
so you think I'm an idiot?
Right. I was like, no.
So you think I'm stupid?
And I don't care if you know. I don't give a shit. But
That's
I would
your aunt,
never.
right?
There's children here. I would never ever let anything be in arm's reach.
I mean, I feel like I found my father's.
Okay, well, you know, I would never.
Times.
I would never, in fact, have. The thought of my sister seeing that. When she's older, it's inevitable.
No, she's gonna be a smoker.
Well, no, I'm not talking about her smoking. I'm talking about her seeing it and, like, knowing about it. But
so her seeing weed is different than her smoking weed.
We were talking about her seeing it. She's 4 years old.
I'm talking about when she's older.
Oh, I have no idea. I'm not going to make any assumptions, because if I make assumptions, then it kind of imprints the idea that...
It's going to happen no matter what. I get it. Predetermined.
I don't know. She might not. You never know. She might be one of those people that tries it, too, and is like, this is terrible.
Let's see. Let's look this up, actually. What makes certain people, like, tweak out on weed?
What a way to phrase that question.
What a way to avoid
that question.
What that question?
Do you know the way?
Do you know the way? Oh my god, I forgot about that.
Do you know the way?
Do you know the way?
I know the way. Do you know the way?
Why does cannabis make some people freak out? Let's see.
I thought you said canvas.
This is the authors of this article.
Why does Canva make some people freak out?
This one time I was talking about Canvas, it's like Google Classroom for college, right? Canvas. It's called Canvas.
I've heard of it.
And my girlfriend's roommate Zoe, she was like, "Oh, I love Canva." No, bitch. She was like, "Yeah, it's so useful." I was like, "I don't know if you're talking about."
I love a deaf person.
I also love a deaf person because you lighten the mood.
I can't.
You lighten the mood, though.
I can't hear for shit. And you know what? My brain fills in the blanks with whatever.
No, but you know what pisses me off sometimes is them bitches where you're like,
huh?
And listen, I have sympathy. It's like where they're like, you ask like, why or like what I said like 4 fucking times, as if I'm not.
I won't ask
screaming
you
at
what you said more than twice.
At that point, I just give up.
That's not something I do.
You don't do that. Yeah, but I also feel like I'm pretty easy to understand because I just yell. Like, I'm very fucking loud.
Yeah. The thing that I tell people a lot, honestly...
What do you mean I've reached my article limit? I was on it for 4 minutes.
I summed it as a doorknob. Forgot what I was going to say, too.
Why do I tweak out when I'm high? Let's go on Reddit. Let's look at this up. Why did I say that? Like, let's look at this up. Okay. This guy, too afraid to... Oh, wait, no, sorry. This is r/too afraid to ask. Posted by unknown user. So it's been 11 years since I started smoking weed and been smoking consistently ever since. Never really had an issue with being high up until these last couple years. I'm sorry, it took you a couple years to figure out. It took me one time to figure out it wasn't for me. Like, okay.
That's crazy.
After every initial session of the day. Jesus Christ, talking about it like it's like a fucking work meeting.
Jeez.
I would feel fine, but then the high would become shallow breathing, hands feeling colder, go numb, non-stop fidgeting, etc. But these feelings would calm down after a period. I don't know if I'm just stoned or what, but it feels uncomfortable. That's happened to me. That happens to me.
Is he taking medication? I wonder. Of any kind?
Probably not, honestly, because I don't take meds.
That's crazy.
That really happens to me, like, genuinely.
Some people hallucinate, and I think that's insane.
I've never hallucinated. I honestly think that's, like, a figment of your brain.
I think that's, like, if you are so struck with fear and anxiety.
Yeah, I think that's your brain, like, making shit up because you're so afraid.
The human brain is truly insane. Like, I don't know. Scientifically, like, there's a lot of science and, like, study that goes into it that, like, I'm still just trying to, like, understand, so I can't speak too much on it, but it's insane. Like, the human brain is so capable of just creativity in ways you wouldn't imagine.
Do you think that we need shrooms and stuff like that to unlock our creativity, or do you think we should do it without it?
I think it's a lot easier, but I don't think it's necessary. I think if you're trying to reach a certain point,
yeah, but what makes you think we can't reach that point regardless of drugs?
I absolutely think we can, but I don't think a lot of people would. Because of how society is and how much life has changed and how much we've evolved as a society and as people and as, like, social creatures.
Like, you think we have, like, some kind of subconscious thing in our brain that tells us, like...
We have so much suppression.
We'll get judged or something.
We have so much suppression from every natural instinct. And that's... Oh, my God. That is, like, an awesome, like, topic to bring up.
I'd agree.
Because I talk about this all the time, and this is why I'm a spiritual person as well. Because I'm aware that, like, there's these big feelings and things that are, like, instinctual, like, still from, like, you know, I guess you could say, like, caveman times, quote-unquote.
So, where, like, biological.
Yeah, like, some biological urge and, like, chemistry in your DNA that makes you, like, act and behave a certain way. And that, hence, things like anxiety, like... The reason we make up... This is crazy, because I just watched a video on this, and there was this psychologist, I can't remember his name for the life of me right now, but if I figure it out, we can put it, like, in the description. But, he was talking about, oh my God, I'm losing the thought because I was trying to read your computer.
Go.
I'm sorry. Refresh me on what I just said.
There was a scientist or something.
What the fuck? What were we talking about?
Suppression.
Fuck. He said something and I can't remember.
Well, you don't have to remember the fucking quote. Like, nobody's, like, quizzing you.
I know, but
you
like,
really want to remember it, don't you?
Yes, it was so good. It was so good. I lost my whole train of thought.
You know what? That's fine. Okay, while you've been talking about that, I looked up, like, suppression of creativity and, like the subconscious mind. And this article is by Shelley Clammer. And this quote is crazy. The same part of your childhood mind that organized the contraction in your body is still preserved in the contraction. Try to experience a childhood mind that is holding the attitude that you experienced in your body. You may experience the age that you were when you first formed this pattern. You may also experience the emotional content of the pattern.
And this is why I tell people to, like, work on their inner child. And it's been such, like, a popular cultural thing, I think, on, like, social media, like TikTok and stuff for a while, and, like, the spiritual community. And I think the spiritual community has many sides to it, but there's definitely a more fabricated, like, fake side. And, like...
What do you mean by that?
I think a lot of people who, like, start getting into spirituality or like it or, like, want to practice it, when they make videos or content on it, they do it way too early.
Yeah, that takes a long time to know some shit. But also, documenting your journey, I think, is... If you document your journey and acknowledge the fact that you're a novice, like, then it's fine.
That's fine, but you can't really give advice or at least disclaim something without saying this is just my experience.
Yeah.
You can't directly tell someone that this is how, like, it is, or this is how it should be.
Also, too.
Yeah, you need to clarify that it was specifically your experience and this is just what happened for you.
There's supposed to also, like, should be is a crazy term whenever it comes to spirituality because it presents itself differently to everyone. Like, spirituality is, it could be Christianity, it could be, like, you know, like, Islam, it could be Buddhism, Hinduism, all that, or just, you know, any other paganism, like, any other form of, like, a higher power reaching you. That comes differently to everyone.
Yeah.
And all different points of life and all different forms and...
Oh, okay.
Go! Please!
What that psychologist or whatever said, he said that because of, like, our instincts going, like, back to, like I said, quote-unquote caveman times and, like, our biological, like, behavior and stuff, that our brain will make up a problem. Like, we cannot sit in presence, and it's uncomfortable and it's difficult to master.
Sit in, like, neutrality, do you mean?
Like, yeah, like, and just, like, be present, like, in the moment, at least for a long period of time. A lot of people can't, or, like, have peace with it because our mind is constantly making up a problem to be solved and to, like, be, like, aware of. Like, because if it was, like, back in the day, like, we would be, like, you know, out in nature, like, in survival mode, like, making sure there's no threats.
That makes a lot of sense.
And you're also, like, hunting and gathering. And, like,
there's always something to do whenever you're a caveman, because you gotta
like,
fucking
you don't have time for, like, peace and presence.
Yeah, like,
like...
So, like, we're biologically bound to just think we need to keep going and going and going and going.
Yeah, and the reason that got brought up is because there was a question that was like, do you think there's anything that's changed with humans over the entire existence of us, like, being on Earth?
Yo, that's crazy.
And they said, the answer was, I think the only thing would be being present, because it's not something that we've had to, like, get used to or work with up until around recently, because we have made life and society as the way it is now, and we have so much free time and so much, like, you know, encouragement to, like, have self-help and, like, really, like, take time with yourself and process things.
I wonder where that really came from, though. Like, what is the origin of, like, this is what, okay, so I feel like since the dawn of time... What?
Google that.
Google. I'm Googling it. Let me talk.
Because I agree. I wonder when that agenda started being pushed. Not agenda, but that movement.
I mean, okay, so how did we move from cavemen? When the fuck were cavemen? 200,000 years? No, that's not fucking right.
Listen, I'm really bad
Don't
with, like,
even.
dates and years.
That's both of our
I just know it was a long time, but I know it was, like, we went from, like, that time period to eventually, like, you know, there was more. I mean, we were already, like, in a tribal, like, instinct way, but, like, you know, as society progressed, we got a bit more advanced with, like, you know, tools and, like, being more connected with each other and learning more, like, you know.
So I guess
hunting skills.
You know, to go from there, I think the reason why we kind of uphold love and, you know, self-care, and there's a fucking fly, and and, you know, all these, like, mental health type things, the reason now is because life is generally easier. Yeah. Like, we have readily accessible food, transportation, shelter,
everything made to be done for us,
clothes, like, all of that is right at our fingertips. So now what the fuck do we worry about?
Right.
And you're right. So then we make up a problem, and fix it, and we kind of move forward step by step and get to a higher understanding, like, over time.
Societally, it's interesting because it kind of explains why. There was also somebody who was, they were some kind of, like, scientist, and they worked with, like, chimps and stuff too. And they talked about how someone was like, we're so different from chimps or whatever. But when you come down, like, to the behavior and the instincts, and, like, she was like, the DNA especially, we share 98% or whatever. And she was like, and they live in a male-dominated society, and think about how it is now. And she was like, when they're, like, presenting themselves, they're, like, puffing their chest, and, like, they'll, like, throw their fist, and they'll, like, get loud with each other. And they were like, and think about the debates you see on TV. And it was like, silly, and it was like, oh, serve. But it was like, it's honestly a real, like, thing to reflect upon, because, I mean,
like, dick measuring contests are a thing. And
men are so, like, aggressive sometimes for no reason, just for, like, dominance against each other, and they don't realize the impact around the people around them.
It's biological, and it's, like...
Especially if you want to be in power. And not to get too much into that, but, like, that's just insane. And due to the fact that we now have, like, that time and everything's done for us, because these people in power have had so much time to, like, you know, think about things that they want and things that would benefit them or, like, their class, we've made these extra things to worry about. And, like, we ended up making, like, currency, and, like, we started getting into more intricate, like, planning with, like, businesses and, like,
and there's, like,
the stock market,
economy,
everything.
Like, we started making up shit that just did
and now
not
we have
exist.
to pay to live, and it is so expensive and so complicated that we have to...
We've almost advanced too far.
Yeah, to the point where it's like, you're lucky to be able to enjoy life in any way. To find, like, any
it's because
kind
of
light.
fucking capitalism. That's what it is. There's those same dick measuring contests that men got into. One of them had the bright fucking idea that they could gain power by feeding and making money off of everybody else's needs. So as soon as somebody recognized the need for food, shelter, water, clothing, they made money off of it. And that was a power concept. Now you hold all the power because I have to get all my clothes from you. I have to get my water from you.
Yeah.
And you could take that away, but you won't because I pay for it.
Not to mention, over time, there's been so much, like, violence that's increased in, like, communities, and so much, like, division between people of many different
That's just mob mentality, I think.
And it's awful, but it's, like, it has become more encouraged than discouraged against, and I think that I don't know why that's changed behaviorally. I truly think, and my only theory and opinion is that it could be because of the fight to gain power and, like, alliance for, like, you know, staying in power or gaining power in some kind of way, because it usually is those people that are, like, in more well-known or powerful positions in it.
I mean,
don't know. It
honestly,
baffles me.
Sometimes I feel as though, like, the people in power kind of, like light, like, a flame under all of our asses in order to get us to fight about topic. Like Black Lives Matter, like people in power light a flame under our asses to turn this country on its head so that we recognize a need for the things that keep us alive more because we're struggling more.
Mm-hmm.
And so we turn to their facilities to get stuff.
Right.
Do you get what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. There's not
No,
a better
I
way
do.
I can explain that, but...
We're just such complicated, like, creatures in
Oh, God.
general.
It could... Oh, God. That's a whole other fucking episode.
Yeah.
Anyways, I looked it up. Okay, so this Quora question is, did cavemen have all the emotions that we all have now? Like comfort, relief, relaxation, worry, frustration, etc. And someone replied, I believe cavemen have all the emotions we have now. I believe they just live their lives according to the challenge and needs of the time.
Mm-hmm.
They need food, relieving them of hunger. They may not know that they are comfortable living in a cave, but I guess to have a place to sleep, like a cave, and not get wet while raining and sleeping is already a comfort for them, which is interesting, because that's relative comfort.
Yeah.
To us, relative comfort is an AC, or a heater, a dehumidifier,
Yeah.
all that shit. But to cavemen, comfort, they didn't know that shit yet, so comfort was shelter from rain and warmth.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we unintentionally made more issues. We made it more challenging
Yes.
and complicated to deal with life.
Because then you, like, what the fuck is even a dehumidifier? Like, I didn't even fucking know that the air,
And
the humidity of the air
The reason
mattered.
we probably need it is because we fucking ruined it.
Yeah, let's talk about that. The reason we need a dehumidifier
The reason
is because we made it more humid.
the reason we have solutions is because we have problems that we didn't want to clean up or
It's
deal with.
like if you, like...
When I
like,
say we,
through
I mean
your-
the people in power.
It's like if you purposely dropped your ice cream on the floor, and then you were like, wait, why do I need to clean up the ice cream? Bitch, because you did it. Like, you did it. Like, I don't know.
It's just such a silly, strange concept. I don't know. It always will irk me that it's always a grab for power and money. Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
There's definitely a movement, though, I feel like, in the upcoming years and with our younger generations.
This is a crazy question. Okay, somebody said, what motivated cavemen to even want to survive, considering they had such hard lives?
Oh.
That's interesting.
Is any animal suicidal by nature?
Yo. No, though. It's biological. The need to survive is biological.
That's what I mean.
So that's kind
So
of
why
a
would you
stupid
ask
fucking
that
question.
question?
Yeah, that's stupid as fuck. Let's see what there's... Okay, and then he put under that question, did they, though? Like, you already asked the question. Why do you have to ask
girl,
it?
why are you making it complicated? You're just trying to spark
Yeah,
a
like,
debate.
what are you talking... Okay,
And it worked.
okay, quote-unquote caveman did not exist, but we'll pass over that. Alright. That's a bold fucking claim. Oh, he has a master's in archaeology from Boston University. Anyways, our early hunter-gatherer ancestor didn't necessarily have such bad lives. There's an important book in anthropology, Stone Age Economics, that sounds cool, in which the author Marshall Salins famously characterized hunter-gatherers as the first affluent society. Observed hunter-gatherers in places like Arnhem Land in Australia and around the Kalahari. That's my couch story. It brings... Did it break? Yeah, your hand's broken. I need a new futon so bad. Oh no, I need a new futon. Oh no, sit up for a second. Just stand up, please. Actually, no, don't, because I'm afraid if you sit back down, it'll fucking break more. Oh my god. Oh my god. I need a new futon so bad.
Oh my
But
god.
they're so expensive in this quality. I just can't do it. Yeah, it's looking a little bit more divvy than... Oh my god!
No.
For context, I don't understand if you guys can even understand what we're saying, but my fucking couch is broke. Devon's fat ass sat on it.
Hey, to be fair, it's been breaking for years. It's
No,
just
it's
finally
so
on the
fucked up.
cusp.
It's fine. It's not you being fat. I
No,
promise.
it is though.
I mean, it doesn't break. It doesn't break when I sit on it.
It's used to your little body, and then
Yeah, I
when
was
this
gonna
big
say.
bitch comes to sit on it, it's like, oh.
My God, it's like, ugh, fuck. Like, okay, anyways.
Okay.
Around the Kalahari in Africa spent maybe 4 hours a day in subsistence tasks, and they spent the rest of the time just hanging out, spending time with friends and family, soaking up the sun. Hold on, I gotta click more. Singing songs, telling jokes, and so on. See, this is crazy because how the fuck would he know? Tell me how Matt Rigsby knows that they sat around with their family singing songs in the Kalahari region of Africa. How would he know? How would he know?
And also, it would depend on the time period.
Yeah, he didn't really give much context as to, like, what the fuck is he talking about?
Like, I'm talking about human existence when there were still multiple, like, breeds of human. When there were still, like, little hominids and, like, hobbits and shit, like, running around.
What the fuck is a hominid?
It's like a little child, like, sized human.
Oh my God, can we talk about this? I don't know if you've ever
They
experienced
died out a
this.
while ago. Like, a long, long, long time ago.
No, bitch, it just reincarnated as me.
No.
Anyways.
No.
Anyways, wait, what is it called?
It might be a hominid. I might be wrong. I think it's hominid.
Hominid. Oh, I think I found one. Oh, no! Oh, hell no. What the fuck is that?
Are they the little people? Are they short?
Yo, he got tits.
It was a breed.
I know a couple people that look like this, actually. I mean, it gives human, though. Like, I totally see it.
Okay, maybe I was wrong. Look up the little people. The little... Ancient little people. Wait, what is that?
This?
Yeah, what is that?
Oh. Okay, so a hominid was just a phase of evolution, of human evolution. Why the fuck is my PC, like, actually shitting the bed? Let's see. Hold on. It's just not working. Oh, here we go. Okay, so first we were Australopithecus hominids.
Well, this is our evolution. This isn't going to tell me which breed of little people were called.
Oh, okay, so we were the new okay, so the species of like monkey humans was formed around 2 million years ago, which is called a Homo habilis.
And that's not that long ago, realistically,
yeah,
compared to like the existence
we've
of the
been around
world.
for 4.7 billion years.
You're telling me we've only been there for 2 million of them?
So so for about, holy fuck, so from like 2 million years ago to like probably about 0.4 million years ago, we were called Homo erectus.
You're such a child!
And then only about 0.07 million years ago, we became Homo sapiens.
And then think about even less of that time did
We had thoughts, feelings, and emotions.
Did we start to create like society and like, you know, cities and...
That's crazy because I literally had a Reddit about that up on my computer. Let's talk about that.
Like, that's wild to me. Like, it's all so new and we're like, we know how this works.
Like, brain rot, freak bug, job work is calling. When did we get here?
I make the best with what I have. If you didn't hear that, I said I make the best with what I have.
They probably heard it.
I'm gonna try this.
Okay, so Tessman on r/AskScience asked, in what ways has human biology and psychology changed since the advent of the Industrial Revolution? Which is an interesting topic because we just moved from cavemen to now, from 100 years ago to now. Like, how does that look? Okay, so somebody said, since the Industrial Revolution, human psychology has seen important changes. Okay, the average IQ has gone up substantially in industrialized countries during the last 100 years, which I think is stupid. That's fucking stupid. Who is to say that the IQ gives a who is to say
IQ is a fucking, like,
that's
shut
a
up.
made up, that is a brain shit. That's a brain
shut
fart.
up. Like,
Just shut up. That's a brain fart.
Who are you to measure what's even, like, sane, for real? Like, who are you?
It's relative, though. No, no. If you, who is this...
Oh, that.
Okay, so say, like, a scientist makes up an IQ test. Who's to say that scientist is completely 100% sane?
Right, like, and we need multiple bitches on this to make sure that, like...
And even then, it's still biased, because everybody brings their certain fucking insane biases into the equation, and then they form... This is literally the patriarchy. They form what is right or correct in our society.
We just need a factual sheet of, like, results.
I mean, we'll never get it, though.
No, we won't!
Because it's human-made.
You know what
we need to look to? Biology. We need to look outside. We need to look at the trees. What do the trees say about IQ?
No, we need to
They say shit!
Be nice to one another.
Yes, bro. Okay. The Standard IQ test said the average IQ at a score of 100. That's actually very interesting. I was talking to somebody about that the other day. It's a bell curve. You ever seen a bell curve?
I've heard. It's something I keep hearing, actually, a lot over the past few years. I don't want to know what that is.
It's literally just a curve that goes, like, up, down, like a hill. And, like, 100 is, like, where most people fall.
Uh-huh.
And then less people fall over here, so that's why it goes down.
Interesting.
Anyways, to keep it that way, the test has been revised numerous times to make it harder. Which is stupid. Again.
Like, why would you do that?
Okay, so what's
We're not testing for geniuses. We're just testing. If you want to test IQ, make it neutral, like, baseline level. Like, don't try and get it for smarter people. That's how you fuck up the fucking...
Yeah. Okay. If it hadn't been revised, the average IQ today would have been 120 and 140. So why don't we just let it be that, though?
Because, again... we love to make more problems for ourselves.
Yes, this is literally making a new problem for... Because if we were smart before, now you gotta make the test harder so that we can advance and be smart.
Everything we do it with layers. We make it so deep for no reason.
Holy fuck. Okay, Devin said he wants to read this next part. Go ahead.
Oh.
Your ass is not, like, I feel like I am, like, the dedicated Googler. Like, you are about to sound ridiculous.
Read it. I can't.
No, you can't go. Go.
No, I can't.
I'm just fucking with you.
I can't read it.
You can't?
No.
Okay. The ability for abstract thought has increased greatly and is spread throughout the population in industrialized countries. This accounts for much of the IQ increase and is reflected in the types of questions asked in the more recent versions. Okay, so I guess that answers our question, but again, like, that's fucking dumb.
Yep.
So what's the point of even an IQ test if we're constantly changing it? And we're just constantly changing what it means to be smart.
Welcome to the complexity of existing as a human being.
In spite of nightly newscasts that seem to indicate the opposite, since the beginning of the industrial age, people have become less violent, more empathetic and cooperative, more accepting of diversity, less religious and superstitious, and generally more civilized. Who's to say what civilized means?
I mean, if they're comparing it to, like, when we would watch people die in arenas for entertainment.
Or, watch hangings.
Yeah, like, I understand that, but, I mean, that we should not be comparing that necessarily. I mean, I guess from a historical standpoint, it is extremely relevant, especially. But,
I feel like, okay...
But that doesn't mean that we should still have murder or, like, anything. Like, we should be like, oh, but it's way less worse than, like... It's way less worse.
It's way less worse than the French Revolution. Well,
yeah,
no
like
fucking shit.
The serial killers aren't as bad.
It's way less worse than when Jack the Ripper was around. Like, what?
Like, hey, you know what?
The squirrel is around at my wall. Do you hear that?
I think it might be raining.
No, babe, that's a squirrel.
Oh, that's okay. Well,
there's a squirrel on my wall. He's going crazy now.
We don't have lanterns anymore.
Hear him? I want to see if. Wait, I want to see.
That's crazy.
I don't know if you guys can hear that, but the chipmunk is like chirping.
There was literally
it's like right by you.
It's literally right there behind
One day
Mara.
I think he's gonna chew through the wood and like fall in my head.
No.
Yeah, he's close.
He's not going up there though.
He said, "What'd you say?" Yeah.
Oh my god. He's nested in that bitch.
I swear. Okay. Anyways, to get back on topic.
Get a ferret. It'll eat it.
We're gonna get something to do with that damn squirrel. I can't really tell you what, but it's gonna be out of here. You just bet your bottom dollar. You bet your bottom dollar. Gonna get that squirrel.
Jesus.
It's gonna be like that scene from Ratatouille when Grandma shoots
God.
Shoots fucking Remy when he's stealing the fucking mushrooms and chopping them up and fucking making them on a...
This episode is
on an antenna. Yeah, what the fuck are we talking about? What are we talking about? Anyways, let's get back on topic. Okay. Saying that we've become better since the Industrial Revolution because we've become more empathetic and cooperative and more accepting of diversity and less religious. Less religious? How is that a better thing? Religion keeps people in check.
I think because it's allowing more people to be open-minded and accepting, because a lot of religions...
Less, like, insanely religious. I get that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, the way I view this is looking through the lens of a capitalistic society. Like, looking at this is good if this was on a job interview. What about our happiness? What about our contentness? What about our comfortability? Like, what about the things that make us happy? Our family relations, our relationships, our interconnectedness with humans. Like, since the revolution, that shit has declined majorly. Like, let's see some fucking statistics on that.
Yeah, I think people in power forget about how much the experience actually impacts the soul and the human being themselves.
Yeah, like, sure, we've increased in these areas, right, that, because we've obviously became more technologically advanced, but with that, we have fucking TikTok and John Pork and Freak Bob. Like, and we scroll TikTok for 15 fucking hours a day.
We just have so many unnecessary vices when it comes to technology, as well as other methods that involve technology, and it's just so detached from what kept us at peace when we were, I guess, not quote-unquote cavemen, but, 2 million years ago, when we were, still figuring our shit out and, like, evolving as people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we've just gotten so detached from every single, like, sensory or systemic thing that, we used to calm ourselves down and, like, get back to, like, a place of being centered, if you want to say.
Mm-hmm.
But they wouldn't have been able to describe it like that back then.
Yeah, because and also there's no test for that. Like, obviously there's studies you can do for, like, mental health and stuff like that, but, like, they didn't really give a shit about the mental health during the revolution. They said work harder.
Yeah.
They put you in a sweatshop and made you work.
Yeah, it was always about money. It was about money and power back then.
And that's why this is still viewed like this. That's why...
School was literally made on a capitalistic mindset.
And, like, this is exactly why this Reddit forum is talking about the Industrial Revolution and metrics of IQ and civilization and all this shit that is viewed through the capitalistic lens when that's not really what's important. Like, how has technology impacted our happiness and our general comfortability as humans? How has that changed? And has it even changed for the better, really?
Yeah.
And my answer is I don't think it has. I mean, like, I think our ease of life... There's a separation, I think, as to what areas of our life have been negatively and positively been impacted by the Industrial Revolution. And I'd say that our ease of life has gotten better. Like, there's more access to, drinking.
There's a lot more comfort.
There's a lot more comfort in daily life, of course. But I think that us as humans are sadder, we're more overweight, we don't get out as much, we don't get enough vitamins daily, we don't get the right food. Because
we're not as connected to the lifestyle we used to live that was so involved and so focused on the experience of living life.
Yeah.
Like, natural life.
Yes. Like, and so I think we're honestly, like, I think we're losing that. I think we are coming to that generation, like, the new generation of babies being born don't even know that people used to walk around with a fucking newspaper and read the newspaper and then look outside and watch people pass. Like, that's not a thing anymore. We're losing that. Like, we're losing what it means to enjoy life for the experience. Now we're looking for the next dopamine rush.
And people always make the argument, and they're like, well, we're not back in that time, so it doesn't matter. And I'm like, but that's not the point. It's because that's where we're hardwired from, and that's where all of our, like, instincts are, like, coming from.
The best point you've made all podcast.
Like, it's where our, like, DNA and biological, like, shit is, like, rooted and embedded in. It's just wild that people don't acknowledge that enough because, I mean, it's a part of who you are as a person. It's a part of how you behave as a person, and we've just made it so much more complicated and had so much extra thought. Put the unnecessary parts of our brain.
The chipmunks are going insane in my wall.
Yeah, there's literally the squirrels and the chipmunks are like running rampant in the wall behind us right now. It's actually
no, actually, you know what I think is happening? I think yeah, no, that doesn't work, babe. I tried that. They're still going. You know what I think it is? I think it's a husband and a wife, and the husband just keeps yapping.
Yeah.
Because one time they were up in the tree, They were up in two separate trees, and the husband kept yapping, and the fucking wife jumped from one tree to the other and came to whoop his ass. And
Back on topic.
No, let me finish.
Oh my God.
And he jumped out of the tree because he knew his wife was about to beat his ass.
Squirrels are wild.
And he was back on topic because you made such a good point. People will say, okay, so I think about this too, is like, so what's the problem that we've kind of changed our culture? You know what I mean? Because change is good. Like, changing culture is good so that we can have more inclusion and diversity and things as such. But at the same time, though, our biology says that we are not doing well. Like, if you take if you take like metrics of like our vitamin levels and our dopamine levels, our serotonin levels and stuff like that, and compare them to pre-Apple, pre-Samsung, all that shit.
Yeah.
Like, we are biologically unhappier. And like that's why I think we get this notion that this change is bad, because literally biologically, by the metrics, we are getting unhappier. We are deteriorating as humans. Our posture is getting worse.
And it's also normalized. And I think that's why people view, like, a hippie lifestyle or, like, someone who lives, like, a naturalist or, like, an almond lifestyle is, like, weird. Because they're, like, it's just because it's not the majority doesn't mean that it's strange or that it's a weird or negative thing.
Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, also, like, don't get it twisted. There's some cracked out hippies out there that are off.
Keep an open mind, but, like, proceed with caution. Mm-hmm. But the most important part is have that open mind. And
also, in the same way that you look at a hippie like, what the fuck, this guy's weird.
They look at you the same way.
The hippie looks at you fucking, like back bent over, like into your phone. They look at you like you're a fucking idiot too. So.
And listen, I understand that, you're like, oh, I'm not, like, that into it, or I'm not like that, or whatever you want to say. But there's things that we choose not to acknowledge or not to change because it is so embedded in society that it's just, average, or that's the norm, and we don't need it. Everyone goes through that. But does that mean that it should be, unworked on, unrecognized?
Yeah, I mean, there's not, I guess I'd say it like this, there's not a need to accept, like, culture from the past. I don't think there's a need to accept it. I think there's just a need to acknowledge it.
Yeah.
In the way that, people come across you and they tell you they're Christian or they're Muslim or they're Islamic, that's the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
If they're Buddhist, you can accept it about that person, but you don't have to generally follow it. And if you do end up following it, great. If that matches your lifestyle, great. But you need to accept that there's people out there that still live that past life, and maybe that's honestly better for us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's about having actual respect for each other, and we've lost that over the years, and it's been so apparent, and it's just been so rapid, and I don't understand how it happened so quickly and why so many times it continues to happen, and that division is more encouraged than, exposed for the negative agenda that it is. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's really weird.
The Chipmunks. He just dropped all his nuts.
God.
I really hope that Chipmunks.
Guys, I hope you can hear this fucking chipmunk
okay,
squirrel.
Please remember 48 minutes. Okay. Oh my God, I'm actually about to shit my pants.
This shit has been happening for like the past 10 minutes.
He just dropped his nuts. His nuts dropped. He just said puberty and his nuts dropped.
Well, you're gonna hear him collecting the rest of them all night, picking them back up one by one.
He said one by one. Okay. I think that was a good conversation. I'm ready to do my songs, even though
what?
What?
Already?
Well, what is there anything else you want to talk about? I'm down.
I don't know. It's been pretty chaotic. Oh my God!
These squirrels are giving what the video is giving.
Wait, shut up! I'm gonna. Guys, wait.
Yeah, you gotta put Devin's putting the mic up there. I think they can hear it. Here, wait. Let me turn your mic up. Oh yeah, they can definitely hear that shit. Yeah, you're good. That's fucking crazy. Yeah, these squirrels have been living in my walls for about 3 years now. I'm not even joking.
They're actually like fucking ransacking the place. Like he just dropped a shit ton of food.
Yeah. Dude.
It sounded like he just fucking broke a glass.
Again, let's go back to Ratatouille. You know that scene where the ceiling cracks and then that whole fucking family of rats like falls in the I know that's gonna happen.
Oh my god.
In my room, this motherfucker's gonna drop so many nuts one day that it cracks my ceiling and they all just drop down here.
Jesus.
We're trying to like get him out, but it's like, bro, he's made a home here. He's made a life. He has wife, kids, a car, a nice Corvette.
At this point,
he has
as long
a
as he don't come in the room.
Like, he has a nice lawnmower, one that you can, like sit on. And
unless he doesn't come in your room, and if he does come in your room, he has to be, like, Tutter
he was
the Mouse.
right in the wall over there, like, literally right in
He has to be, like, Tutter from Bear
You know
in the
what?
Big
I
Blue
wouldn't
House.
even mind if he came in here, though, because chipmunks look cute as fuck.
What if it's a fucking squirrel?
Same shit.
Ransack your
Fluffy tail. Fluffy tail.
He'll eat your fucking hair, bro, or something.
Eat my hair.
He'll rip it off for nesting. He'll be like, yeah, bro.
Anyway, okay, so let's talk about this. What were we supposed to talk about today? Me and Devon, every time we record a podcast, we always come up with the topic we want to talk about and then never fucking talk about it.
We get sidetracked. You end up sidetracking me because, like, I try to stick on it, and then you're like, hold on, though, and I'm like, fuck.
Okay, but also
this
shit is interesting, though. Like, the Industrial Revolution,
Make a note. We gotta make a note. We have to make a note for a whole other episode. It'll be easier.
Okay, yeah.
Let's start doing that.
Well, today we were supposed to talk about mourning grief. Or, sorry. Mourning the loss of change. Mourning change.
It was something, hold on.
Devin likes to talk with his voice, and he accidentally said morning as in good morning instead of mourning as in grief.
Hey.
And I love him still. I love him for that. The whole 10 years I've known Devin, he's always
Mourning the
talking
process
with his
of
voice.
change, how less can sometimes be more, and why it's so hard for us to slow down in life.
Well, the why it's so hard for us to slow down in life, we just talked about that briefly.
Yeah.
But real though, because we make up problems for ourselves to fix.
Yeah. Because people think it's not possible to get to that point, and they're like, so I'm just not going to do anything, and I'm like, there's so much
possible to get to that point of what?
Like, peace, or like, you know, being balanced again with, like, how you feel, and, like, the way you live, and not feeling so, like, stressed and whatever all the time. And, like,
but
I get that
do you
sometimes.
think being perfect, though, is kind of a dull life?
There is no such thing as being perfect. There's just... The way I think about it is, like, as long as I'm regulated, I'm healthy, I'm, you know, doing what I'm supposed to for my body and my mind, like, my life is gonna be great.
Mm-hmm.
That includes, like, you know... that includes, like, the hard... that includes the hard parts of my life as well. Like, life is gonna be great as long as I'm staying, like, on track and, like, you know, I'm still having this commitment and dedication with myself to, you know, take care of myself and move forward and progress.
Squirrels, I can't.
So, I don't think there is such a thing as perfect. I just think there is being healthy and as happy and doing your best as you can. That is enough. Believing that existing is enough, one, but the fact that you're putting effort into things that you care about and that are making some kind of change is enough, no matter how small.
I think there's also a stigma that kind of, you know, therapy. I guess people aren't informed on what therapy is, and I think it kind of comes from that, because therapy, for a lot of people, they think that therapy is curing things, and I think
you cannot cure
trauma. You can't cure trauma.
No, you can't cure trauma.
The things that make you who you are, and you realistically don't want to.
You can't cure trauma. You can't fix your life. You can only do your best and learn from your mistakes.
And work through it. And not understand your feelings, but feel them. You don't always have to understand why a feeling happens.
Yeah, and if you want to truly understand your feelings, then feel them first. Because I promise when you take that time to really process them and just let shit happen, like if you have to scream, if you have to, you know, do whatever.
Punch a pillow.
Yeah, like throw shit around your room. As long as it's not like super destructive or loud or like hurting you in any way, like do what you have to do. And then once your head is clear, you'll like understand. And you'll be able to like, you know, go through this process with yourself of, okay, like I'm obviously extremely upset, but like why? What could be causing it? And then you think about it and then you're like, okay, well, why is this thing upsetting me? And then you go down the ladder and you eventually, you know, your breathing gets regulated because you're thinking through things slowly and you're trying to process. And, you know, you're also getting to the root of the problem. And then as you get there, people are like, oh, like, fix it. I'm just going to work on it from there and it gets better. It's like, there's still going to be challenges. But, like, it's the fact that you now know what to do and you just need to keep repetitively applying this practice in your life each day. And it gets easier and then your life gets more enjoyable because you know how to handle it now.
It's almost second nature at that point.
Yeah, exactly. I have a video coming out that actually talks a lot about that.
Subtle plug. What's the channel called?
Devon KZ with a smiley face.
Devon KZ smiley face. Go follow.
Yeah.
Anywho, what I was talking about, I just think a lot of people have this stigma against therapy where they think it's curing, and it's realistically just giving coping skills and giving you an outlet. And I think that kind of the fact that people have that stigma about what therapy is, it gives us the wrong message that we think we should be curing things about ourselves when realistically we just need to find ways kind of through them.
Yeah.
And to talk about
And sometimes you need someone who is, like, more, you know, informed and inclined in that, like, field and in that work to help you, like, you know, understand a bit more about yourself so that you can move forward with things. But that's not something you should take shame in. And a lot of people have this stigma around therapy. And usually it's people that have never been to therapy. And I get if you've gone and it doesn't work for you and you get it and you find another way to work through your problems. But, like, if you were against it and you haven't tried it, stop saying that. Stop saying that about anything until you've tried it. Form an opinion after you go through experience.
Like, I think everyone should try therapy at least once in their life. You know, it doesn't have to be for you. There's a lot of other outlets like journaling and
you can try other therapists, and if it still doesn't work, like, whatever. It's just not for you.
If you know it's not for you, then don't do it. But I think everyone should try it at least once in their life because talking to someone who you know for a fact understands you and knows how to help you, even if you don't necessarily want the help, is a reassuring feeling. Knowing that somebody understands what you're going through and genuinely comprehends why you're feeling it and how to work through it, you kind of find in your therapist like a light at the end of the tunnel kind of thing. Because you know that they can pave this path for you to a healthy and a happy life, and you just have to walk it with them.
Yeah.
That's the most beautiful shit I've ever said. I, like, genuinely can't believe that came out of my mouth. I am gonna finger myself later.
Oh my god. Ew.
I'm kidding. That was gross. Maybe.
You know?
What
lies behind the closed doors is gonna stay locked. So.
That was a great way to say that.
No, yeah, therapy is definitely a good thing.
Between scrolls, what I just said, and therapy, that's about why I said we need to do our songs, because what the fuck is this episode?
It's always you! It's not the topic! You're like... you're over there giggling, you're like...
I'm sorry, it's funny.
I know. You need to just...
Huh? Did you tell me to stop?
No.
Oh, okay. You best not. You best not, bitch. Did you just take a sip of an energy drink? I know your bitch ass didn't. You always on some, ew, that Red Bull shit is so bad for you.
No, but that's delicious, and I need to stay up, because I have to cook tonight. I have to cook dinner.
Do the rest.
Take a shot. Take a shot of Celsius.
Celsius peach vibe. Alright, I think we really should do our songs, though, because...
Okay.
I am feeling it.
Actually, you know what? I'm not feeling songs this week. For myself.
Alright, I'll say something, though.
I'm just feeling a little message for the people.
Okay, yeah, think on one. You do the message, I'll do the songs.
Word.
We should do that every week. Do you want to do that every week? Okay, because I care about the songs. I know your bitch ass cares about the message.
I'm just giving a little input.
Alright. My first song is All I Really Want Is You by the Marias.
Oh my god, I thought you were going to say...
All I want for Christmas is you.
It's not even October 1st yet.
Hey,
I know
it's
she's
not.
defrosting, but keep her in the chamber until it's time for her to crawl around.
Oh no, bitch. She's ready.
She's clawing.
Mariah Carey, I feel like she's always in the back of my mind somewhere, and she's just singing. She's just, all I want for Christmas is you.
That's funny that you think that's the song that is in the back of your head. Mine's Obsessed. You know what I'm talking about?
Why you so obsessed with me? Yeah, but that's because you're a Leo. Me personally, I'm always in that, like, fuck ass, like, type vibe. Anyways, my second song is Wild Side by Cardi B and Normani. It's just so funny. And then I think I literally said this song in an earlier episode, but it still has this grasp on me. Okay, I get it. The squirrels are running. They do track and field. They try to keep in shape. Taco Truck XVB.
Lana Del Rey.
Let me just tell you guys that the first lyrics of that song is, met my boyfriend down at the taco truck, passed me my vape, I'm feeling sick. And I just think that says... Let me just say that if you have never listened to Lana Del Rey, let that be your inspiration.
If you're feeling sick, take a puff.
If you met your boyfriend down at the taco truck and you need to be past your vape because you're feeling sick and you need to take a puff, just know Lana Del Rey has your back.
And she knows how you feel. And she's been
exactly.
there.
Some people it's therapy, some people it's Lana Del Rey.
She's been there 2023, last year. She felt that.
She genuinely was feeling sick.
She was actually in our Cheesecake Factory and Maeve met her.
Holy shit! Let me tell you guys that we live in Pittsburgh and Lana Del Rey came to our local Cheesecake Factory.
You're gonna have to bleep out that last name that I said.
That was out like an hour. So remember 48 minutes in an hour. Anyways, but let me just tell you guys that Lana Del Rey came to our local Cheesecake Factory, and then what did she order? A grilled cheese? She ordered a grilled cheese. And I think that between Taco Truck XVB lyrics and grilled cheese at Cheesecake Factory, I think that if you are not convinced already, listen to Lana Del Rey.
Seeing Lana Del Rey.
Me and Devon also saw Lana Del Rey together live.
Yeah, we've had a lot of big impactful moments together, as a matter of fact.
Oh my. I genuinely think I like creamed my pants a little whenever I saw her live.
I will never forget lighting that girl cigarette for her and she had it flipped the wrong way. It was such a cute little...
Wait, tell that story.
So we were at Lana Del Rey and I'm in the car, right?
We were in the parking lot and this was before the concert.
Yeah, and some of you guys were like waiting to go to the bathroom and I was in the car like with the door open just like on my phone.
No. I was there for this.
I said some of you guys. I said I was in the car though. I knew you were there. You're over there. And it was so because you were so quiet. And then these two girls walk over to us.
I was just hot as fuck.
Yeah. Well, they walked over they were on my side, so they walked over to me and she goes, "Can you light this for me?" And she hands me her little vintage lighter and she hands me the cigarette. And I go, "Yeah." And then she puts it in her mouth, but she puts the tobacco end in her mouth and the filters at me. And I didn't laugh. Because it was also really, like, innocent and, like, cute and funny. Yeah. And I grabbed it and I said, "Oh, honey." And I took it out and I flipped it around and I said, "Here you go." And I lit it. And it was, like, I love that moment, honestly.
It's so cute, though, because you could tell it was her first cigarette at Lana Del Rey.
And that's so crazy. Cute. I feel bad that I'm glad I give her a cute moment. I'm glad I give her a cute moment, but I'm not going to even think about, like, how old she is where she got the cigarette.
Yeah, and what happened after? Like, is she addicted now?
No, but it was the best. Lana Del Rey in that speech at the end, like, truly did change my life, and it inspired me to continue pursuing my passions and my dreams, and now here we are with a podcast together.
Real. And also, she also said in that speech that she gives all the money she gets from the concerts back to the city she performed in.
And that
is insane. Thing. That's nuts. And Lana Del Rey deserves everything. And I truly think men will never understand her.
Real men understand her.
That's true.
Because she
talks about shit that just like men. Okay,
if they understand poetry, men that understand poetry,
they'll understand what she stands for. They'll never understand her like a woman, though.
Yeah, that's true. And I fortunately, because I'm on the cusp, I do understand her like a woman.
That is true. I give you credit, low key.
Yeah.
Because you do.
I have a lot of female experiences.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you look it right.
I can be one of the girls or the guys, but I'm typically one of the girls.
Yeah, girl. You're like majority.
And sometimes there's some girl in the group that's still more masculine than me.
Yeah, me. And that's what makes us perfect.
Okay. My message for everyone, even though this was a silly little episode that was random as hell.
Okay, but it was so fun.
It was amazing. And it was wonderful. And this is, like, what's so special about spontaneous, like, action and, like, you know, just leaping into things sometimes, like, giving it a chance. And with caution, of course. Knowing things will go well to some degree, but not knowing what will happen.
Like squirrels running in your walls.
Yeah, I think that's something you should think about more and really, like, embrace and practice and take one step towards each day. Is conquering something that you have been a bit eager to try but afraid to do. Or something you've been wanting to overcome but haven't really begun to work with yet. it's important to take care of yourself. Give yourself credit for how much you've been doing recently, all the effort that you put into your life, and how far you've come with that effort and everything you've done. Please, give yourself some grace. I love you guys.
100. I also love you guys, and thanks for tuning in if you stayed all the way to the end.
Yeah, it's a
As
crazy
always,
episode.
drink water.
Drink water, stay hydrated.
Stay hydrated or stay dehydrated, unfortunately.
Well,
and
don't
we'll probably
stay dehydrated, but like, we hope you stay hydrated.
And we will probably see you next week.
We will.
We will
I am holding Bella to this one. Whether you're struggling or not, that's what you're going to talk about. You're going to be real. This is about real experiences. If you're struggling...
I'm just thinking out loud. Maybe we should do one every 2 weeks because I feel like this episode was so good because we kind of had all that stuff built up before.
That works for me.
Does it really? Because I think...
Does it? Does it really?
I think that every week is a little much for us, and I think that also, like...
I think with the time period that we're in right now, it'd be better for us to keep living life so that we have more to talk about.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We have more to talk about whenever we get to this stage, and we're more antsy to do it because we've been waiting 2 weeks.
And we still talk in between. It's not like we don't talk,
well,
but like
fucking
we get to fully unfold things.
Yeah, like now I'm like excited
with our group, with our friends.
Like,
I love y'all.
I was excited as shit to record this episode because I've been waiting 2 weeks, and like I didn't do one last week, and I felt bad, and I felt like I had stuff to talk about. But I just didn't know how to word it. I was in a really confusing place. And taking that extra week gave me the grace that I needed. So, like Devin said. But I think that's what we'll probably do from now on. And now that we talked about it, it's just to...
We just quickly covered it.
Yeah, let's just quickly cover new schedule every 2 weeks. Sunday 9 a.m. Tune in. Love you to death. Stay hydrated or stay dehydrated.
Yeah.
And we'll see you not next week. Yeah, we'll see you in not next week, but the week after that.
Yeah. Trust the process.
All right, y'all. We'll see you. Bye.